Nothing in the world can get to me. When I'm on that track, there's nothing else that matters. Just going fast and turning laps, just trying to move forward. I could go skydiving or bungee jump, the adrenaline still doesn't compare. Taking that left turn fast as you can, the give and take, the bump, the bang. Trying to be the first to get to that checkered flag. I just wanna race my race. You gotta be fast or you're the worst. You gotta be fast or you're gonna get your just wanna race my race. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your relay. Get ready to rumble. That boil's best tight. You feel the rumble of the crowd as the cars go speeding by. All the dirt in the air, the smell of tires, cars passing back and forth. See the excitement, the pain, the sadness, the joy, the failures and the triumph. Whoa, feel the victory closing in. Yeah. Ain't nothing like it in the world. Well, let's walk, race my race. Crack a beer afterwards. I just wanna race my race. Last left, full left turns. Get that flag, stand on that roof. Whoa, I just wanna race my race. I just wanna race. Win or lose, gonna have fun either way. Whoa, I just wanna race my race. I just wanna race, a beer afterwards. Whoa, I just wanna race my race. I just wanna race. You gotta be fast or you're the worst. You gotta be fast or you're gonna get past. I just wanna race my race. If you can't be a show, right?
Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Beers and Gears. This is episode 10. I'm Blade.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm John Campbell,
Johnny Campbell. So where are you from?
Dubuque, Iowa.
Always from Dubuque?
Yep, born and raised.
So what we asked this for just about everybody. What was your first racing experience? You fan
You
or
know-
driving?
I can't remember that far back because I was so young, but I grew up
Yep.
in racing with my dad, and he started in '84. So
So your dad raced too then?
Yep.
Is it just you and your dad that raced, or?
me, my dad, and my brother,
Gotcha.
and then my uncles raced, and my mom raced once.
There you go.
Too, so
So a full family affair right there.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
No kidding.
What was some of your favorite drivers that you could just think of off the top of your head?
Steve Bully was a favorite driver of mine in the late models way back in the day when he
Yep.
raced. So, really, I don't know.
You don't know? Yeah.
There's too many people out there that I used to root for, and I just can't think
Right.
of their names right
Kind
now.
of them you
but-
kind of grab a hold of as a
Yeah.
young guy.
Yeah.
So when did you start driving?
I started in 2003
3.
in the four-cylinder division at Dubuque.
Hmm.
And me and my brother shared a car at the time.
Okay.
An '84 Buick Skyhawk.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay.
automatic. We had fun. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's all I can ever hope for.
that's one you don't really hear much about is
No.
Skyhawk.
Nope.
I remember seeing pictures of some of the cars online that you drove.
And what got you into racing there?
My dad got me into racing.
Yeah.
He actually bought the car for us and built it for us. So
Nice.
Sweet, yeah.
That is a great chance right there, you know. So why W1? That's your number.
W1. I chose that number because at the time, my brother was 01J, and 01 is actually my dad's number.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want to be another 01, so I took my middle initial, which is W, and just used the 1.
There you go.
Wow.
That's something I didn't know. So Eric asked this one. This is one that he threw on the list here. Have you ever rolled a car before?
Yes, I have rolled 2 cars.
2 cars?
Yeah.
What's that like?
It's scary. I mean, the first time I rolled over, I was down in Makokata. It was probably 2005, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And I blew a tire, and I went off the top of the track,
Uh-huh.
and it caught, and I rolled 4.5 times.
Jeez.
So I was on my roof, and
Yeah.
trying to get unbuckled. You're bracing yourself, and it's like, this ain't gonna work out.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll clunk yourself on the way
Yeah,
down.
it's still clunky.
Oh, I bet.
Any other totaled cars or more Eric questions?
Yeah.
Let's see, 2006, built a brand new car. Me and my brother-in-law at the time were just trying to find a place to race because everything was getting rained out.
Uh-huh.
Finally, one weekend we found a place, and it was Freeport. So we went up there. I qualified for the feature. Get into the feature, not even the first lap. Go into the corner, I get turned sideways, puts me into a tractor tire, and I just flip it up on its side.
Oh.
They get me back down, they push me back to the pits. None of my pit guys are there. It could have just changed tires and got back out there, but
Well, there you go.
I'm like, whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lock that night up. And then my worst one was at Dubuque a couple of years ago. Some guy got into the right rear of me, turned me sideways, and just creamed right into the wall.
Ooh.
I was supposed to go to Boone that year.
Oh.
Well, that car was destroyed from doing that.
Right.
Just bent the whole frame rail in.
Is that the old blue car, that one, or?
It was the one before that.
Before that one?
Yeah.
And other than those there, you got any favorite racing experiences you got?
My favorite racing experience was going to Bristol.
Yeah.
Yep. I saw the hat. I knew it'd come up eventually.
I knew I was bringing a knife to a gunfight when I went there. I'm like, whatever. I just want the experience.
Oh, yeah.
I had fun. I blew my motor, but I still had fun. My parents and my brother were with me. They decided to start looking for a junkyard motor.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. So they made a 3-hour trip down to North Carolina, picked up a junkyard motor, spent all night putting that motor in there just to get some more laps in.
Uh-huh.
Didn't do very well, but
Oh, hey.
at least I got to run more.
Right.
No kidding.
And what was it like being on that track? I mean, just the banking and...
It was unreal. You didn't really feel the banking when you're driving it, but when they were under caution or something, you're going around there, you're sitting there, it's like, can't hold myself up no more.
Yeah.
that would be nuts. I mean, the banking is like that almost.
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh,
And
It was quite
did
steep.
you say that you had to sit during the red flag, during the rollover red flag? You had to sit in the corner basically.
Yeah,
At one point.
yeah, I was sitting there and just
worried your car might flip over.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
kind
man.
of what it felt like. I mean, and then the dirtles that they had there, the bumps in the corners.
Mm-hmm.
I was always hitting those, catching air. I'm like, I couldn't keep myself off them.
I hear that was like the biggest complaint from all the drivers is the dirtles that they had.
Yeah, you think you're gonna clear them, it's like, whoop, I went too low.
That'd be nuts. I don't know how I would do that. It's
Oh,
kind of like Darlington had those buried tires for a couple of years. Kind of like hitting those is what I would imagine it, but only those are probably more solid down there.
Yeah, the dirtles were more solid than those tires up there. Because I've run over those tires up there
Yeah.
before.
You just hear a
using
clunk, clunk, clunk.
using all the track I can.
Yeah. And sometimes you gotta use all the track. Go
Yeah.
get to the bottom, merge up to the high side, whatever you gotta do. Find some traction because about that time it's about to ride out in the center.
Yeah.
So Eric was telling me about a time your brother's car got totaled going to a track.
Yes. Yes. He was on his way to Makokata, and he was coming up Highway 151-61 in Dubuque. And I don't know if you know where Chick Fry's is, but it's Chick Fry Hill.
Yep.
They were going up there. One of the straps broke, holding the car on, which loosened up the other one.
Right.
They ended up seeing the car just passing them pretty much.
Oh no!
Crossed the lanes and ran into the rocks. The big rock wall there.
Yep.
I got a picture of that too, and
oh man,
that would suck.
And he pretty much needed that night down in Makokata to win points championship, but he didn't make it. So
didn't make it. He didn't end up trying to drive somebody else's car or anything like that.
No, it was too late in the day to find somebody.
Right. Oh, that would. I don't know how I would handle that. That would suck.
I couldn't tell you.
I know that there's another driver that I know did something similar where the straps broke and ran into the back of the car that was towing him, but never passing the car.
Yeah, that would have been something to see.
Oh, no kidding.
So how you had some battles. What are your favorite battles with certain drivers? I know one in mind that we had. You were almost our hero against them, but
I think the best battle I had was up in Darlington, and I can't remember who it was with. It was either Dylan or Eric.
Yeah.
It was for the win. And side by side, almost the whole last half of the race. And I was going for the pass on the inside, and I used the whole track. I was running over the buried tires. And all of a sudden the caution comes out. They called the race.
Oh,
because me and him crossed the finish line. So they went back to last lap, and he was
ahead of you
ahead of me just enough.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah. But that was fun because it was just both of us side by side the whole time, pretty much.
And kind of like watching it down. We had Josh Stard got his Honda, and then he would win every week.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you came out of nowhere basically with your car and was running right with him. And tell us a little bit about that. How did you feel like being able to be up there? Everybody else is half a track behind.
Oh, it felt great to be up next to a Honda in a Neon.
Right.
I mean, but back then, at that time, I was running with a Stratus 2.4.
Yep.
So technically it wasn't legal, but...
Well, it's outlawed in Dubuque at that time. So...
Yeah. I guess it was okay for there, but other places...
Other places weren't happy about it, basically.
They probably wouldn't have liked it. But...
The 2.4s are good if you do it right.
Yes. But I wasn't doing it right, because I went through like 4 of them that year.
They got a really bad oiling issue.
Yes, they do. Because I had one in my street car, but I had the SRT4 oiling system in it, which made it last longer. I still have that motor, but it's apart right
now. So, what tracks have you raced at, and what's your favorite one that you've been to?
I have raced at probably 6 different tracks. Not very many. I mean, but by far, the best one is Farley.
Farley?
I wish they would come back and run weekly. Because that track, it feels bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
Because I was running wide open the last time I ran there. And that was 2017 was the last time I ran there. And that's where I got my second win in my own car.
In your own car?
Yeah.
They just run specials down there now, don't they?
Yeah, that's all they do is pretty much specials. I think it's only the Yankee
now. How many features have you gotten? That was the one question that was going to come up eventually.
Let's see. 2005 was my first win. It was the day before my 21st birthday. I made it even special. And then 2010, I borrowed my brother's car because he had a hobby stock at the time too, so he had 2 cars. So he let me borrow that. I won that one, and then it wasn't again until 2017 where I picked up 2 wins, one at Farley and then one at Darlington. And so I only have like 4 wins.
4 wins. Hey, I only got 2.
Yeah.
I hear you. And with all those races and whatnot, have you always been racing 4-cylinder?
Pretty much. There was one year, it was 2009. I went into running a B mod,
Okay.
which is basically a sport mod
Yep.
now. I had too much motor for the car I had. I had an old Leaf Spring car that I bought. It was fun, but it was pricey.
No,
Yeah.
that's what I've been hearing.
I spent way more money on that thing than I did on a 4-cylinder any day.
Yeah. So let's see. What types of cars have you raced? You said you had that Buick. I know you got a Neon.
I've had Buick Skyhawk, Toyota Celica GT, and then Chevy Cavalier. Didn't like that.
They're weird.
It was the worst handling car I've ever had.
They're weird.
And then, I didn't own the car, but it was my brother's car. It was a Hyundai Elantra,
Okay.
which I never really did good in, but he always wanted the thing. And then after that, it was always Neons.
Yeah.
So I've had probably 10, 15 Neons that I've turned into race cars.
Right.
And
So
with all them cars, have you ever just been disqualified for anything specifically? Because there's been some crazy ones so far.
no, I have not been disqualified.
Huh.
But there are certain rules in place now
Yeah.
because of me and my brother. Because we went into those gray areas.
Yeah. Gray areas.
Like before they had any like transmission rules, we would lock the transmission.
Yep.
Well, they didn't like that. So a couple of years later, they put in the rules you can't have any locked transmissions or anything like that.
Right.
And I'd like to say that was because of me and my brother, because we locked them.
No,
I don't see no problem in it.
Oh, it actually handles better in certain spots. Actually,
You're not washing up as much either. So.
Eric tried to drive an open differential transmission.
Yeah.
Because we were kind of leaning IMCA at Darlington, and he went around the corner like he tried to run like normal.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't do that.
No, you can't.
You got to come up with a new way to drive if you do that. He was washing up and almost going in the wall.
Oh man.
Yeah, my blue car, that's all that had was an open diff.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything to that one. That's why the car didn't handle like my first gen, because I couldn't get it to turn right.
Right.
It always wanted to push. So.
What do you prefer, first gen or second gen?
I prefer the first gen, but with second gen front suspension knuckles.
Right.
They're a lot stiffer and
you can run a bigger axle on them.
Yeah.
They don't break as easy.
Yep.
That PT Cruiser, same thing. They're the same spindle. Same everything. That's kind of like exactly what I think as well.
Yes.
Same approach that we've done. All you got to do is shave that little knuckle just to get the shock back on there.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And it's just crazy. The difference is there's 10 people that run Neon. They got 10 different ways they set it up. 10 different ways they
Everybody's
prefer.
different. Like, I mean, I always get questions like, how do you set up a Neon? I'm like, well, I could tell you to do this, but it might not work for you.
Yeah.
It works for me, but it might not work for you.
Everybody drives differently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I know there's a couple guys that run limited slip. Those are hard to find.
Oh yeah, and if you do find them, they're $700 to $2,000.
Yep.
$700 to $2,000.
Those I can see where it'd be beneficial in a higher bank track.
Yeah.
I don't know what they would do. I don't know how they. Well, let's just face it. The guy I know that runs the the mid-slip is one of the quickest guys around. I don't know if it's better or worse or anything, because I've never run it before.
Yeah, I've ran limited slip before too, and it's like a welded transmission.
Yeah.
Once you hit the whatever RPM it's set at,
It
where
kind of kicks in and out
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah, you got to be at a certain RPM, which we're always hitting that certain RPM, so it's never turned off.
Right. You're always up to like $7 grand-ish anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes some of them are higher than that.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the neons are actually hitting the rev limiter. I've only hit the rev limiter one time in my whole racing career, and that was running with Darlington this year against 21K Kurt.
Okay.
Running down the front stretch, pushing it just a little harder into the corner, and
Yeah.
it bopped one time, and I let off.
I used to always hit the rev limiter. It's just bouncing off of that thing.
Oh yeah.
To my knowledge, all I have is a 355 transmission. And then some people say the other transmissions are better. The 394, is it? I don't even know. There's a lot of shifting involved in that, what I hear.
No,
No?
that's all I used was a 394 because I could never find the 355s.
They're very hard to find.
Yeah, they are. Well, the last one I had, I destroyed that. For some reason, I didn't put it together right. I just sheared all the gear off of it and went nowhere.
Well, mine, I destroyed one down at the Duke at the first or second Iowa Dirt Nationals race.
Okay, yeah.
What happened with mine was they make those stupid roller bearing casing out of plastic.
Oh, yeah.
And that casing broke.
Came apart.
And the bearings just went everywhere.
Oh.
Somehow I still have third gear. I don't know how, but we just kind of left it up in third gear. And I pulled in twice. I'm like, there's no point in you pulling out here. You're 3-4 laps out. What are you doing? I just want to finish the race.
Yeah.
And it kept popping out of gear. And I'm holding it in gear. I think I drove like 5 mile an hour the last 2 laps to finish the race. Not fun.
No.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
No.
That is just the weirdest design I've ever seen. You open up that casing and it's got plastic housing.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
That's a very crucial part of this transmission.
Right.
You'd think that they'd want to make it out of like at least aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of got off track here, but
that's fine.
Well.
It happens.
And we're not even that far in anyway. So you got any questions so far? I've been kind of taking off.
That's fine. I popped a few off there, so
right. And I have definitely enjoyed racing with you. I always know you're not gonna rough me up on purpose anyway.
I never rough anybody up on purpose. If I hit you, it's my fault. I didn't mean to do it.
That's kind of the way I feel.
Because there's been a few times where on the start of a race, I got it, and I don't know what the hell happened. I just, why'd the car go over that way?
Yeah. Yep.
Man, I hope he's not pissed at me.
no.
That's the worst thing too. When you barely bump somebody the whole time, you're thinking that guy's bad.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you don't dump me down here. Or...
Yeah, because it was start of the race. We weren't even to the corner yet, and side by side, we're as close as we can get. And then all of a sudden, my car just decided to go that way. I'm like, oh man, he's pissed at me, you know.
And that's kind of how I thought about my coconut. And turns out we just talked about it before the show, and it wasn't even my fault. I thought it was my fault for sure.
Yeah.
So I watched the video. I'm like, oh no, maybe I don't go talk to him because I watched it at my coconut. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I don't go talk to him now. Maybe just let him.
No, that race was all my fault, myself. Just Sam got from under me and put me into a tire. And
those tires grab you down there too.
Oh, they do.
And you're a nice guy. You're willing to help out. I know that for a fact because we had blown out a shock at the Dubuque. You let us borrow it and didn't even really know yet.
Yeah.
And then we knew of you basically, but not didn't talk.
Introducing Dan's Answering Service, where automotive expertise meets unparalleled service. When it comes to finding the right parts, trust Dan's expertise and personalized service to guide you every step of the way. Don't waste time searching. Call Dan's Answering Service today and experience the difference a true auto parts genius can make. Dan's Answering Service, where auto parts excellence is just a phone call away.
Well, here it is. Everybody's wondering. Yes, it's being worked on. No, I'm not just doing podcast stuff. We have been doing tons of stuff on cars, so hopefully we'll be ready. We'll see what happens here. You think, Dad? You excited? Are you excited? Ready to go?
Yeah, anxious to see what we got.
It's finally in there, huh?
Finally.
We'll see what happens. Oh yeah, it's starting to look like one of our race cars again. A couple things we've done to it. We put that visor on there, gave Chuck his old one back. Made that. Did the best I could. It's a little different, but yeah, we're getting it. And officially a 55 on the hobby stock. Right, Dad?
Yep.
It's gonna be fun. What do you think, Max?
Still needs an engine.
Oh, that's over there. There's go fast things in there. Oh yeah. We'll be running in no time, hopefully.
I just wanna race my